Hey, it's David here. Why am I talking to you from a bathroom mirror? The stories that we tell ourselves matter. When we call ourselves veterans, when we say we're in chronic pain, these are elements of our identity. They're our relationship with ourselves. We can tell all kinds of stories. And we do. We can say, I was in the Army, I was in the Navy, I was in the Air Force, I was a combat veteran, I drove a truck, I did this or that. I had interesting deployments. I had tiring deployments. I had deployments that broke me. All of the stories that we tell ourselves form our identity. It's not a surprise. This is what we did. Military environments are like that for everybody. They're highly competitive, right? When you were in school, when you said, hey, I'm going to go to basic training, I'm going to go to officer training, I'm going to go fly jets, I'm going to go to the other side of the world and meet interesting people. Very few people join the military in order to do something less hard. They normally do it because they want to do something more hard. Not only do they form our identities, but they also set up our relationship with our health, with our bodies. Let me give you an example. This is a simple one. Hey, David, you used to have brown hair before it started going gray. You could use a shave. You got up a little too late this morning. You should be less lazy. You should go record a video. It's hot in here. We're having a heat wave today. It's 33 degrees C in this room. That's about 92 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm uncomfortable. I'm hot. I'm cold. All of these stories, anything we tell ourselves, can have an impact on our health. I'm comfortable. I'm uncomfortable. I'm pushing through this. I'm happy. Let's try a harder one. This is the one that got me when I started realizing just how impactful these self-identity stories can be. Hi, David. I'm at peace with you. I love you. You're a good person. You're a healthy person. Is that hard? Is that hard for you? Can you stand in front of a mirror, look yourself right in the eye, and say, I love you? Chances are good you can. I couldn't. Not for years. It took a long time for me to get over that. Why shouldn't we have a good relationship with ourselves? If we can love others, we can love a cat or a dog, much less other people. We can love a place. Why would we not love ourselves? If you volunteered to enter service, you volunteered to do something hard. You volunteered to push yourself. You volunteered to stand there and suck it up when times got hard. And you did. That is not conducive to loving yourself. It is conducive to being resilient, to being strong, to be able to push through things. But once the deployments are over, once you're no longer in service, it interferes with your ability to have a positive and constructive relationship with yourself. It's actually good for your long-term health. You want to think about that. Try telling yourself a positive story. Let's use some simple examples. We'll try a negative story. We'll tell a positive story. It's 33 degrees in here, and I'm incredibly hot because we're having a heat wave. I wish I wasn't here right now. That's a negative story. Let's try the same story but spin it positively. Because we can. We're telling this to ourselves. We can make it up as we go along. Yeah, it's pretty hot in here. Once I'm done recording this video, I get to go back in the air conditioning. That's going to feel good, isn't it? Same story, positive spin. It's not hard. Hey, maybe I don't think very well about you. Maybe I should love you and I don't. What can we do about that? Maybe we can work on that. I should love you. I should feel good to be in your skin. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be fit. I want you to be strong without booming and busting and getting back into chronic pain every time I go to the gym. I want to have a positive and constructive relationship with you so we grow old together well. And if I love you, I can love others better. It's all about story. Story is the first letter in the SHIFT acronym for a reason. Let's try another one. Get back to military service. Why do you think you got hurt? Was it always, in all aspects, somebody else's fault? Or was it because you put yourself in a situation where you were pushing too hard, where maybe you could have avoided it if you were a little more thoughtful, if you'd been a little more conscious about what you're doing? Maybe not. Look, bullets come out of nowhere, but if you put yourself in a combat zone, you're more likely to be hit by one. Gym injuries come out of nowhere. It can happen in an instant. But if you're already in the gym dealing with big weights, it's more likely to happen in that environment. There's always something that you can do to take personal responsibility for the situation that you're involved in. Maybe not 100%, maybe 10%, maybe 1%, but there's some little aspect of it where you can say, I've got control over this little bit. And that little bit that's under your control, you can reframe with your own story. You can put a positive spin on it. You can start repairing that relationship with yourself or building it back up so you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, unironically. Give it a try. If you try that and you struggle with it, you don't feel good about it, that should tell you to subscribe and like, comment. Follow me along on the journey. Figure out how to get rid of that chronic pain. It's entirely possible. I did it, so can you.